Soos genoem gesels ek met Tarirai Mpofu, landbou-ekoloog en raadgewer vir ForAfrika. Mr. Mpofu, thank you and welcome to Grootplaas.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
I think if we can kick off and start at the beginning, what is the importance of good soil, according to you?
All right. Good soil there are many things that I can talk about the importance of good soil, but in a summary, good soil is important in the sense that it forms the basis of crop or plant production or plant growth. Just like your diet as a human being, you have heard of a balanced diet. You can try and compare a balanced diet to a good soil. So when we say good soil, we mean soil that is good enough for good and productive plant and crop growth. So it's so important for one or for a farmer to have his or her soil in good condition, because everything starts from the ground. The seed germinates from the ground. The seed grows from the ground. The first days of plant growth happens in the ground. So if the environment of the soil or the environment of the ground, which is mainly dominated by the soil, is not right, it means the output is likely not going to be right, which means the yield is likely not going to be good. So it's very, very important to have good soil, soil that supports the life from the beginning of the plant to the growth up to the harvesting. So that's why we say good soil is so important. It determines the quality, it determines the quantity of your crops.
Tell me about the role ForAfrika plays. Obviously, you've got this strategy, and it's important for people to be able to farm for themselves, to feed themselves. Why is soil? Why are you putting such a big focus on soil specifically?
ForAfrika is playing the role of a community development facilitator in various provinces in South Africa. And the project that I'm currently involved in with them is the agricultural side of their work. It is so important to put so much emphasis on improving the soil first. Whenever you want to engage or venture into crop production or food production, you need to make sure that the first step you take is to correct the soil. So ForAfrika is working mainly with the small-scale farmers, which are organized into either individual farmers, rural farmers, or ECDs, early childhood development centers. So these are small gardeners. We cannot say they are commercial farmers. We cannot say they are experienced. So they need skills. They need to focus firstly and foremostly on improving the quality of their soil for them to get everything right later on. So ForAfrika is putting an emphasis on improvement of soil, soil quality, and skills that comes with soil management and everything around the farmer being able to improve and manage their soils for the sake of enhancing it and achieving a higher yield. So it's so very, very important for the basis, which is the soil, to be right. And it's so very, very important when you are dealing with communal or farmers that have been previously disadvantaged, to make sure that you give them the skills that enhances their soil quality, skills that improve their soil quality. And we also have in our communities that we're living and the communities that ForAfrika is working on. We also have pollution. We also have various things that are happening in our communities that are against soil health and soil quality, or that works against the quality of soil that we want. So, for example, you will find illegal dump sites. You will find people throwing waste everywhere. You will find some of the waste is actually hazardous. You will find other farmers, big farmers, using fertilizers which are artificially made. So those fertilizers, they, in the long term, slowly kill the life in the soil, so they destroy the soil. So ForAfrika is advocating for what we call agroecology, or organic farming, which is the natural way of enhancing the soil so that it becomes productive and it becomes sustainable to the farmer.
Mr. Mpofu, sorry, I've got to interrupt you. We have to go to an ad break. Bly gerus ingeskakel, ons is nou terug. Ons praat oor grond en Mr. Mpofu, I just want to ask you, obviously soil plays such a big role in farming and you can continue. That's why the focus is on good soil for ForAfrika. Yes,
the focus is on good soil, like I was saying. Good soil is it's like when you are building a house. You have to get your foundation right. So in farming, getting your soil right, getting the soil in the best possible condition is the foundation of every agricultural activity. So,
yeah. Do you have a few practical tips when it comes to generating good soil on a farm?
There are many practical tips that I can give a farmer, especially an upcoming farmer. Number one, in the focus of agroecology or organic farming, the number one tip is that a farmer have to work with nature, not against nature. So you need to avoid any chemical, any artificial ingredient that you might bring into your soil, in your farm, in your garden, that kills nature, that kills any living organism that is found in the soil. The moment that happens, it means every year you have to bring in additional soil nutrients that might be expensive for you and not sustainable. So make sure you are not killing the soil by introducing chemicals or poisons into your soil. Number two, make sure you are adding organic matter into the soil. Make sure you are making use of compost. Make sure you are making use of manure, farmyard manure, cow dung, chicken manure are some of the manures that you can get on the market. There are also various types of natural soil enhancement products that you can get on the market, especially in South Africa. You also have to know the season and the time of each and every operation that you are doing. If it's rainy and it's sticky and it's muddy, you cannot get inside the garden and begin to cultivate. It means you are compacting the soil and therefore you are making drainage difficult for the soil, and as a result, your garden is not going to produce to its capacity. But also, last but not least, is the design. You can enhance your soil quality and your soil by design. You need to understand where your soil stands, where your garden stands, where your farm stands, and you need to bring in someone who probably is experienced in designing. You design your garden in such a way that it does not get the soil eroded, it does not get the nutrients that are already on the surface washed away. Instead, it brings them together, it holds them, it keeps them for the soil and for the future of the plant. So designing is very important.
Have you got any final thoughts? We've got about 40 seconds left.
Yes. You see, we need to focus like what ForAfrika is doing. Every other organization that are working towards community and rural development need to focus on food security. Food security forms the backbone of our communities, especially the rural communities. there's nowhere we can go, there's no development if our villages and our people and our communities are not food secure. And for them to be secure, we need to have a balanced and a healthy soil.
Thank you,
So
Ms.
every
Mpofu.
effort in development.
That's true, and I couldn't have said it better myself. We've run out of time. It was such an honor speaking to you. Thank you for your time, and good luck with ForAfrika.
Thank you so much.